really working together and having fun, or we're just apart. And I'm in another area or somewhere like West Philadelphia, and we don't talk much or something like that. So, but when we're together and really working together, it's great. It's fun to sit and talk to someone like that, especially someone you look up to and someone like you idolized as a kid. Okay, I've said it, and I had to, let's get that on record. And it is, but I want to say this though about him too. I mean, the real idol of my life was my dad. I mean, I really looked up to him. I mean, he was the guy that I remember first breaking into wrestling and everything. And Jerry Lawler came on as a thing at home to where I remember going to school and the kids always had that Lawler look on their face like they want to be chewing their gum and saying, I'm Jerry Lawler, the king. And so, like I was 6th, 7th grade, I'd say, I'll be the king someday. I walk around school and I'm doing the look and I'm doing the strut and everything. And I think, sure will. And so I started in with the Tommy Gilbert type kind of being shy type thing in wrestling, but I always thought I just needed to be the bad guy. So I wanted to be like Lawler. As soon as I got a chance to be the bad guy, to be the heel, I just took up doing Lawler and Terry Funk and a few others I look up to too. And my dad, so in my style sometimes you'll see a Jerry Lawler, a Tommy Gilbert, a Terry Funk, a Jack Briscoe, or heck, even I remember watching Lou Thez when I was a kid because he was just in his 60s or something, and that was whatever. 106, I don't know, but whatever he is, he's still living. Way to go, Lou. And I don't mean that bad, but forearm stuff. I learned the old style, the new style, and with Jerry Lawler, I just want to make sure that I say that first off that he was my hero. His picture was on my wall when I was a kid, but on the sidewall, not on the ceiling.
Now you're doing the book right now on the USWA, right?
Doing what?
You're writing the book right now on the USWA, right?
Well, I'd say that I said it. I have a good picture of what's going on right now. Yeah.
So that must mean Lawler's got a lot of respect for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's any disrespect for either one of us, but I think after a while, like, we all feel threatened. And after a while, I would think that, in this area, we had Jackie Fargo for years and years and years, and Jerry Lawler was his protege, and he trained Jerry Lawler to wrestle, and Fargo was the man in the 60s when I was growing up into the middle 70s, and Lawler took over. And Fargo really didn't want to leave or let go either, but he finally had to. And so I think Jerry Lawler he's had his great time in the wrestling business, had fun. He's done everything, won every championship. He's drawn more sellouts at the Mid-South Coliseum than Elvis Presley. But sooner or later comes a time for change, and I think that is where there's some kind of problem sometimes with us, is that if he feels that the people are ever getting a little bit too far to Eddie's side or over that line, then he wants to pull back, and we have a problem. But other than that, everything is cool. So there's no disrespect.
How does he feel about you running for office right now?
We haven't discussed that too much. I really haven't discussed it too much with anybody in the wrestling business, and because first of all, I don't think they want to talk to me about it, and because they don't understand what it's about. So.
What are you running for first?
I'm running for county court clerk, or county clerk they call it this year. Not really, and so
that's a full-time position, right?
Yeah.
And what county?
It's Henderson County, Lexington.
What are your duties going to be?
I get to marry people. That's one of my.
Well,
I thought if I got to talk to them too much, they probably would back out and not get married if I would explain a few things. But I think that the job really carries. It does. I mean, really, that is the true. That's a shoot there. I'm telling the truth on that part. I would be able to marry somebody if they came to me and said, Andy, we want to get married. So anyone out there, if I were to get this, you come on down, I'll marry you up. We'll have that weekend deal. One prize take off.
Yeah, Gilbert Hunting.
That's right. Yep. You'll find me, Norman Bates. And no, it's license tags. People will come to me, get their license tags, and they'll pay the wheel tax and everything. But that's what it is. That's what the capacity job is. But I hope someday to be state representative. We get that in.
Oh, so you have higher aspirations?
Yes, I do. But I think just like in wrestling, you got to start somewhere. And I wanted to be Booker when I got in wrestling. I knew at 17, and no one was going to listen to me, so I had to wait till I was 25, which was I was still one of the youngest to ever get a chance. So I was happy with that too.
Wrestling is so big around here that you were running for office in this area, even though they all know you're a wrestler, doesn't really get in the way of your running, does it?
Well, I don't know. It's the first time for something like this here with these people. They're not used to. A lot of them, I'm sure, at home right now are probably saying, "Want to stay wrestling? He's doing fine right now. And why does he want to get out?" That's the number one question right now. Why do I want to get out? And they didn't expect it this soon and stuff like that. But I don't think anybody understands that. So.
Yeah. Okay. What sort of?
I watch a lot of C-SPAN.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a lot of people have asked me to ask you about the split up of the new fabs back in '84.
Yeah.
The Tommy Rich angle. You did an angle in the studio where the wrestling fan convention, I think, was the.
Yeah, we got the trophies, and I said, "I'm sorry, Tommy, come back, please. I love you."
Yeah, and then he attacked you, right?
No, well, he attacked me first, and I suckered him in by interview with saying I was really sorry and that I didn't mean it, and please accept my.
But you were bleeding a gush.
I was bleeding, yes, and wiping my head. Lance Russell standing there, and Lance didn't believe me at first, and then he winds up saying, I guess it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong, Eddie. And I was wrong, I said. And then Tommy, and that was one of the first angles that ever got done. That was my idea, to use the trophies from the convention. See, that way we got the trophies as the tag team of the year, plus I got the blessing on the head with it. So I got two things in there at once, two ideas done. That was fun. Suckering the people.
Yeah, and then he introduced the hell out of him. And then how long did that feud go on?
I think about, it was like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. And then I talked to the international belt Tommy had, and I talked him into that. So somehow in there. And then I took the international belt and went for about 8 months. Just slowly. There was King Kong Bundy here and Rick Rude, and then I was like the third from the top as far as the heel side, and I had my little international belt, and I was wrestling Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo, and just trying to think of a couple others that threw in there. Terry Taylor came in for a little bit, and I wrestled him, and so that was an 8 month there, and then a strange thing happened. I don't know what your next question is, but please come with it if you.
What was the strange thing?
Because I'm running in here thinking things that ran into each other there.
So you got 4 hours a day. You can talk about it.
Okay, what happened there is that this was like my eight months of being the international champion, and Lawler had been doing his top program with like Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy. And then Rick Rude, Bundy left, and then it was Rude, and all of a sudden I got the notch up, and I was going, wow, process elimination, what was all? I'll finally be there. Jimmy Hart was my manager, and I was real happy, and yeah. I went home getting to be a heel, and getting to do everything, but I still ain't got that Lawler's attention yet to want to work the program with me. And then Rick Rude up and left for some reason, and so we went to it was Nashville, Tennessee on a Saturday night, and Rude was gone, and so they sent word over to us for all of us to go out to the ring, all the heels, about 7 of us I think on that side. And the way that they did everything, the interns were together, a tag team, mass tag team. Roger Smith was one of them, and Eddie Marlin went to him and said, I want y'all to look like you're passing something out, back and forth out there so the people will boo y'all, and we're going to have the people pick the person they hate the most to wrestle Lawler for the title in Nashville. And so we sat over there, and I didn't really think anything about it. And we got out there, and they did all their stuff and everything, and the people still picked me. And I got to wrestle Lawler that night, and he listened to the people, and then they did that in each city. In each city, the people picked me. And then on the interviews, I started saying that I was the next king, and this and this and this, and all of a sudden that started Lawler.
How long did that go on until your next stop?
For when I started Lawler?
Yeah.
It ended 84, started into 85, and then Tom Ernesto came in as Booker, and then I took off to Mid-South, what later became UWF. About March of 85, April 85, somewhere.
I mean, what was your first big angle in Mid-South? There was that turnaround with the Russians, or I can't even remember that.
That was, she just brought the picture, the portrait thing I did was the first thing that I ever did as a heel to bring anything to it. What I did when I first got there, I don't, in Memphis, as a heel, I got real comfortable with the fact that I was a top heel in Memphis, and you just have that feeling when you walk out that the people hate you. And when you go somewhere new, you really got to work when they don't know who you are to get that over. And all of a sudden I went to Mid